Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Back on Heartfelt Conversations, I really get to deep dive on matters human trafficking, understand how does it manifest, how does it affect us, how does it impact us as a society. And I think today we get to really break it down further and looking into who is the most affected individual in our society, how does it manifest, and how does it actually impact them in their personal lives. And also just looking to understand how does life look like post-exploitation. And joining me today is an awesome guest. Her name is Lucy. I'd like her to introduce herself for us to get to know her a bit more. Lucy, please jitambulishe.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to be here, that I'm able to talk about human trafficking, that I'm able to even to express what victims go through, those people who have gone through human trafficking. I'm happy because I'm a nail technician and I'm also a nurse aider. I'm so many things. I'm a business lady. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much for creating the time to be with us here today and hopefully being able to help our audience understand better the issue of human trafficking. But maybe before we look into who Lucy is today, really let's go back and look into your upbringing, growing up back at home. How are you? How many are you in your family? How was this like for you growing up as a child?
Okay. For me, I'll start. Being a firstborn, you have to be very hardcore. Mm-hmm. They say hardcore, yeah. You have to even work for your family at some point. Even when you're young, you have to work for them. And you have to be strong for everyone because you are the firstborn. Being a firstborn in a house of two kids, I'm the firstborn and I have a sister. So I grew up in Kiganjo and being the firstborn, I've been taught to be hardcore from the word go. And I've been taught crying is not an option. You have to be stiff in everything that you're doing. And I went to school just like a normal kid. I went to primary school, finished my 8 years in primary school. And then I went to high school until Form 4. When I did my Form 4 year, I didn't get an opportunity to join in college. So I got into another marriage and thank God I got a kid. I got a daughter from that marriage and it wasn't successful because of 1, 2, 3. Now I ended up being a single mother. On that platform, being a single mother, it's hard to look for a job in Kenya when you don't have documents for university or rather for any course that you have done. I've not even taken any course. So I started business, selling tomatoes, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I could even cook some chips and sell them at our shopping center. And when I was working there, I was struggling and there was a friend of mine and then she told me her cousin, she went to Saudi Arabia and she's doing well there. So I saw it's a good opportunity for me to go there and make money even for my family. So I took this opportunity. It's not that I'm ignorant, but I really needed this money. And she told me that they are going to cater for everything. So the deal was so good. And remember, I'm struggling being a single mother and I want to go back to school. I want to take myself back to school. So I'm struggling. Then I'm asking myself, if I go, I know I will come back and take myself back to school and my kid will be studying. So I saw it as a good opportunity for me to go and look for money and being able to take care of my finances. So I went and the deal was good and I went ahead and everything was complete. Then I left my kid with my mom, went to Saudi Arabia. That's where the journey began. Mm-hmm. The journey of, I would call it a journey of trauma, a journey of not understanding where you are. Because everything that you are told, it's very opposite to what you find there. Even in your contract, you're given your contract when you're at the airport. So you ask yourself, at the airport, I had that thing in mind, was asking myself, can I turn off? This thing doesn't look to be good, because even in the airport, I'm being given the contract there, and the person who took me to the airport really aliniharakisha. So I was like, why are you in a hurry? Like, why are you pushing me to go very fast, and you're telling me it's a good deal? So I started rethinking, but again, I remember I have financial problems, so I just pushed on, and I said, at this point I can't even back off because I really need this money. So I went ahead, I signed something that I don't know because it was written in Arabic. So I went into Saudi Arabia at first. It was so traumatic because when you reach in the airport of Saudi Arabia, there is that feeling. You feel this is not a good place to be. The way you are treated, they know that you've come to work as a slave at that moment, because they just ask for your passport and they hold the passports, and then they call, I think, the office, because when they called, we saw a guy who came in and took our passports. We were 7 of us, a group of 7, took our passports and told us we can now go to the bus, but he couldn't even speak in English. So you see, even communication there was a barrier of communication because we are speaking different language. He's speaking in Arabic, we are speaking in English. And it was so confusing and so traumatic, because even of our dressing code, at some point they were asking, where are you guys from? Why are you not dressed like ladies in our country? So we were so traumatized. But eventually I got my boss. We went in the office, and then they called my boss, and my boss came and took me. At the first day, it was good. I'll say I was welcomed. I took a shower, and then they give you food. You see those biryani, see those mahamri, nini, chai, hapo gahwa, zote ziko hapo, tamra, you're welcomed. And then they give you laban. Laban, unajua maziwa mala? That one now. So, nikasema, kwa mind yangu, nikasema, after all, even the picture that I saw before, it is not that bad. So I'm going to manage, because even the people are behaving so nicely. So I sat there, then they showed me, the next day they showed me around the house and what to do. Those are the house chores, And I was like, wow, only this, huh? But the house was too big. But because of the way they welcomed me with love, I felt like they are going to be lenient with me. So at that day, that is the day that I was somehow traumatized, because they found me eating and they're asking me, why are you eating? Lucy, why are you eating? You need to work. This is not Kenya. And at that moment I was like, this is not Kenya. Am I supposed to work without food? I didn't even take it like as a problem. So I went ahead. That ignorant part. So I just went ahead, ate my food, and then I did the house chores that day. That time they are just watching me. And then after 1 month, then I asked for my salary. They are like, you wait. Here we pay salary after every 6 months. When Kadama is the house help. When the house help comes here, we pay them after every 6 months. There is that thing they have in their mind. They know that these girls that are coming here, they are not learned. So she knew. My boss knew that I'm not learned. I don't know anything. So she could tell me, Lucy, you Kenya, no money. Like, they don't know English. So we are still struggling with the language. Kenya, no money, no school. You come here, work, get money. You see that? And then I'm telling them, yes, I'm here for money, and that's why I'm asking for my salary. You need to pay me every month. After my job, my completion of month, you pay me. And then they were like, no, we don't do that. Luckily or not luckily, there was a guy who, like the son of the mother, knew some English. So he came and started talking to me, asked me what's the problem. I told him everything, and then he told me, you're on probation, you have to wait for 3 months, and then you see those things they tell you. So I said, okay, after all, if I'm at probation, then you pay me for 3 months, it's fine. And at that moment, I started rethinking, because even even the hours of sleeping. Now they have started mistreating me because I'm working overtime. Like I'm not even having hours of working. They can just call me anytime. And I used to stay in the kitchen waiting for like instructions from the boss. Lucy, give me water, like anything they need. You have to be there for them to see you. Those people who have been in Saudi Arabia or rather in Arab countries, they know what I'm talking about. So you have to be there. At that moment, I was like, oh my God, this is what I wanted anyway. But they have told me it's a probation thing. Let me just wait. And at this moment, still I'm talking to my agent from Kenya. And I'm telling her what I'm going through. And then she's telling me, you just condole, we tu ngangana wanakuanga hivyo. Arabs are just like that. They want just to pima you, want kupima one vile wewe uko. And then I was like, okay, if they want to see how I am, then I'm going to work harder. So I pushed, like I used to work. Hata nikiambiwa kuja Lucy utoe vitu zote kitchen, aki ningetoa, like I would remove everything. I would remove kila kitu kwa jikoni na nifanye. Juu ninataka, I just want to show my boss that I'm what you're looking for. Naona ile okay, I wouldn't call it kujipendekeza, but I would just say like you're trying to work hard for this person to see that you're really working. And I'm glad it worked because at the second month, alinilipa. She paid me my salary. And then she told me, you Kenyan, good. So she started telling me what things that she wanted me to be doing, other things apart from house chores. And she told me, you'll be massaging me. Like she was making my stay very hard. Like you see, you're trying to make someone happy, but someone is trying to like, ni kama anakupush kwa kona, anataka kukupush aone unaweza fanya nini. In that moment, I said, I will do it, even if it's massage. When you massage, how long will it take for me to massage? Only I knew it's some few minutes, and then I go back to my job. And I did it. And at that moment, now I'm beginning and saying, wow, if I had a good job in Kenya, or rather if I went back to school in Kenya, would I even go through this shit that I'm going through? I started asking myself so many questions at that moment, but still, I don't have money. If right now I say I want to go back to my country, I have to pay my Arab boss 300 Kenyan shillings for her to release me, and I have to pay myself a ticket, which was 66,000. So you can imagine you don't have any money, and then you're here, you want to terminate something that was written in Arabic, that was like imekufunga, because the thing I came to realize, it was written that if you terminate before the time, and it is up to you, not the boss, you are to pay for yourself the ticket, and you are to pay the boss the money. So it was really confusing. And
300 shillings or 300,000?
300 Kenyan shillings.
Okay.
Yeah. 300 Kenyan thousand.
Or 300,000
yeah,
Kenyan
300,000 Kenyan shillings.
It was in the contract?
Yeah.
Okay.
So at this moment, I'm very confused. At this moment now, it is at the third month. We're still struggling with my boss. 1, 2, 3. It reached a point I became, when you beat a kid, she becomes hardcore. And you remember, I am the firstborn from my home, and I'm very hardcore from home. So I'm like, after all, I'm here for money. I'm like, only 2 years. I will wait until these 2 years end, because I need this money. At that moment, even there was a time I thought, like, ama nifanye kazi 1 year and a half, and then I tell them I can pay for myself my ticket, because the contract states if you've completed the probation time, you can now pay for your ticket and go back to your country without paying the boss the money. But now they know that you don't know. They know you are ignorant. But now I'm not ignorant, because I'm using even my Google Translator to translate the contract, how it is written. Thank God I used the Google Translator to know what the word meant. Because if I didn't know, they would tell me, this is what it's saying. I'll just go with what it's saying. But it states after 3 months, you're not on probation, so you can just pay for yourself a ticket. But it's not that easy to get out from the place.
Why?
It is not easy because you're not going outside. You're in a cage. It's like a cage. You go in a compound, and when you go in that compound, they only allow you to go throw away the garbage. They don't allow you to, like, maybe there's off day. There's nothing like off day, but it's written in the contract. The contract states that you'll have your 2-day off days, but which is not there. They say that you will work 8 hours, which is not there. I didn't have working hours. I used to work anyhow. Like, they could just call you anytime they need to call you, and you are there.
Finally, you stayed there for how long?
I would say 1 year, 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get out?
How I got out, you see the struggle of being paid, like they don't want to pay me the way I am saying after every month. They want to pay me like after like 4 or 3 months. And you know, when they pay you like that, they will just deduct like 1 month. They give you 3, then they are remaining with 1, or they give you 2, they remain with 2. So I didn't want that. At that moment, I remember when I had 1 year, 3 months. That's when I went out, like nikapotea, like they call it kemboi. So I went out because that moment hawaku wamenilipa like for 3 months. And then at that moment still, after bado hawajanilipa hiyo 3 months, they want to sell me to another house. They were speaking in Arabic, but at that 1 year, thank God I had learned some Arabic. So I used to hear what they are talking about. And there are people who can talk about you when you are there because they think you don't know the Arab language. So I got to listen. They switched off the Wi-Fi. I was scared. I was traumatized. I was like, what's going to happen? You know those stories, they say they kill people. So I was like, what if they go, they kill me? No one will know about me. The Wi-Fi has been switched off. There's no means of communication. So I saw an option. I remember there was someone who said, if you see that you're in trouble, just run away and go to police station. So I didn't know any police station. I remember you have not been going outside, so you don't know where you are. You don't know even the landmarks of the places. You don't know where you are. So when I went out, I remember that time I used a trick. I waited for my boss to sleep. She used to sleep before me. So I pretended I want to go and throw away the garbages and then come back. So they were used to me throwing the garbages at night, then coming back. But I didn't come back. I started looking for help. And it's not easy even to find help. You find traffic police, they will tell you go. They think you are Kemboi. They think you are those people who work outside. They run away and they work from outside. And now you want to go back to your country. So they are just pushing me away. No, go. And it is at night. It's around like around 1 a.m. I really walked like 10 kilometers. Now, at this moment, I was just telling God, just take my life because I'm in a country whereby I am not getting any help. I don't have any phone to communicate even back home. How am I going even to communicate? I'm not seeing any black person on the road to help me. But when I was sitting down, there was this madam and she came driving. She was driving and she came, she told me, why are you seated there? Because I was tired. Now I'm seated. Like my legs were looking like gumboots. You know, they have white sand.
Yeah.
Now it was looking like the abaya that I had, the black abaya. It was looking like it's like I was rolling on the sand. And she was like, when she told me, why are you seated here? I don't know what happened, but I just started crying. And every Arabic word ran away.
Yeah.
And she's speaking in Arabic. I'm speaking in English. She's speaking in Arabic. She's telling me, calm down. I want to help you. She doesn't know English. So the only word she had is police. She asked me, police? Yes. So she called the police. The police came and picked me. When the police picked me, they don't know how to speak in English. Even in the statement itself, I'm writing in Arabic.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult for them even to know your problem, very difficult for them even to solve your problem because of the language barrier. Due to the trauma, I don't know, because of the trauma, every Arabic word went off. I didn't remember any word. Like I was just like, yes, mushkila, yes, there's problem. Me, I want to go back to Kenya.
Yeah, so Lucy has run away. Now she's met with the police. And I think for us is to understand what happened next. How does she get back to her homeland? She's in Kenya. How is she doing right now? So we'll get back to you after the short break. Thank you.